Hey everybody, so I met with Damon yesterday in South Eugene to show the PEBL to a potential person that's interested in buying one. And he came down from, actually came down from BC with a friend of his, but he's from Salem, so he was checking out up there, hanging out with his friend and checking out an elf. And so he just rode that elf last week, and he really liked it. He thought it was great, but he wanted to also check out the PEBL, so came down here with his friend, and they checked out the PEBLs yesterday, so that was really fun. I had a viewer that wanted to see what it's like to go to the store, so I actually took a pretty good long video of me riding. I rode all the way from my house over here in north area of Eugene, all the way down to Damon's, which is in the south end of Eugene. And I took some video going through downtown, and that was, it's Saturday morning, so Saturday market's going on. There was a lot of traffic, and so it was a great time to get some great shots of downtown. And so I'm going to be showing, during this time that I'm talking right now, I'm going to be showing some video of going through downtown. And so I had tons of cars parked on the side of me on the left, and of course cars that park in the parking space between where the cars park on the curb and the bike lane and then the main lane, and they tend to infringe quite a bit, and so I end up kind of taking up more of the car lane than I normally would, just because I want to make sure if somebody opens their door they don't door me or something. And then the other thing is, of course, the law here is you ride as close to the side as is safe, and so I ride as close to the side as is safe. And in this case, when there's cars there, I don't feel comfortable riding right up next to them because of mirrors, etc. And so I just ride a little bit in the lane. And so during this time, you can probably actually see on the video, you can see the white line of the bike lane underneath me, because I've got like my whole right side, the right probably third of my PEBL sticking into the car lane, because I'm not comfortable riding all the way to the edge right there. And then the other thing that happens is in this particular area of downtown, the lanes are super curved, and so if you're on the bike lane, it's like sloped down probably like 8 to 10 degrees towards the curb. And so if you're riding there in your PEBL, you're leaning, man. And on the way back in yesterday, I actually was sitting to the right and just leaning on my right butt cheek while I was pedaling down the road, because otherwise I felt like I was, going to veer into the curb or something. So, you just do what you can. And the great thing is we have so many bike trails. As soon as I was able to, I turned left onto 19th and then jumped on the bike trail to Amazon Park, and then it was a smooth sail all the way down with almost, I think there was one car crossing, and other than that, and it's nice too because everybody stops for bikes and cars or bikes and pedestrians and stuff, and so you just kind of almost sail across, just slow down, make sure they're going to stop for you, and then off you go. So it's nice, and what a glorious day we had. Really, really amazing. So then I got to the parking lot it was Albertsons, and so somebody asked what it's like to go shopping in the PEBL, and so I pulled up, and I personally like to park in a car parking space if I can, and sometimes there's a great spot to park a bike, like a PEBL, where there's something to lock to, because I don't like to just leave it. I like to lock it to something solid, like a bike rack or a pipe or a tube or another PEBL if I had two PEBLs there, or something like that, or if I had another guy with a bike that was locked to a bike rack or something, I might do that if he was cool with that. So something like that. I don't like to just leave it sitting, because somebody could pick it up and carry it off. It's 200 pounds, so it'd take like 3 guys, but they could pick it up and just chuck it in the back of a pickup truck and you'd never see your PEBL again. So obviously I want to try to make that as difficult as possible for people. And so I like to pull up next to like in this case, a grocery cart rack, and just lock my, I always throw my crypto lock, my U-lock through my back wheel and the rear swing arm of the PEBL. And I think that's about the best way to lock it up. And then I use a crypto cable, one of the big thick ones. It's about as thick as my thumb, so it'd be pretty hard to cut unless you have a dedicated bolt cutter or something. And so I just locked that to, in this case, the shopping cart rack, and that worked great. And you know, sometimes I'll, like in this case, I actually pulled up and I didn't get quite close enough to it, so I just had to pick up my rear wheel and shift it over so that I could get it close enough so that I could run the cable around. But it's really simple. And then as far as getting in and out, it's, you know, I showed that in the video also. I show how I get out. I usually get out on the left-hand side. I don't know why. I guess I've done more of it. It's more comfortable for me. But either side doesn't matter. And you can slide the seat back, but for me, the seat's all the way back already, so there's no benefit to moving the seat. If you were shorter and you had the seat all the way forward, then you probably would want to. It'd make it a lot easier for you. You could just slide the seat back and then get out, and then when you get back in, you just slide it back up and put it into place. And then the other thing is that Damon and I have been wanting to see whose Pebble is faster. And so at the shopping center, when he showed up, and you know, we set up my GoPro, kind of showing the whole scope of things down the row, and then I set up my cell phone on this little tripod that I have to kind of show the finish line. So, and it was such a short run that neither one of us had really started pedaling much, and so I think we're gonna say that for now his motor is more powerful than mine. And by the way, he did not use that cheater off-road mode. So he did use the regular on-road mode, and I think that battery charge-wise, we were both roughly around 50, so I don't think that was an issue. It's just more of, I think the new controller that's in the new Pebbles is just a little bit more quick. Welcome.
Hello, hello.
I see that mine is not the only one that gets dirty on this right side.
This one gets dirty on both sides.
And I rode his like a week ago, and I would attest, it's definitely more powerful than mine in terms of the oomph off the line. And so there you have it. He beat me almost by a whole Pebble length, so there you have it. So here we are at a parking lot in South Eugene, and I'm here with Damon, and obviously we've got our two Pebbles. And I had one of the viewers sent us a gift, and I just wanted to share that with all of you because it's pretty cool. So let me pull this out here.
He hasn't told me what it is yet.
So here's what it is.
Oh no.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's got a Pebble on the back and Pebbles on the front with the actual colors of our bikes.
Yep.
Which is pretty awesome. So it says, enclosed are two hats for you and Damon as a thank you for the great things you are both doing for the Pebble community. As I told you, I received my Pebble a week and a half ago, and it is great, with the exception of the battery pack, which he had a battery pack issue when he received it. I think that's happened twice now, so it's not common, but it's not uncommon, I guess. He's working with Nevin to get a replacement. So he had the hats done by a local embroidery company. And since I have paid for the setup, anyone can order a hat from them for the cost of the hat and postage. So the Pebble color can match the person's Pebble, as you can see from our hats. And I've got all the info. I'll post it in the description below because I don't want to read it all right here. But this is from Blake. And you guys may remember Blake from one of my earlier videos with the really cute dog. So thanks, Blake, and cool hats, everybody. If you're into getting one, even if you can't buy a Pebble, you could always buy a Pebble hat and, I don't know, start a conversation. All right, guys, have fun. See you after a while. But we are going to try a more long run sometime where we can get an actual test of more of a fitness thing than anything else, and we'll see at that point if he's faster than me or not. I'm not sure. I think maybe still because of his motor being a little bit more robust, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for subscribing. I just got to 1,000 recently, so that's awesome. And I'm hoping we can get more people interested in the channel. I'm actually thinking about branching out to other e-bikes, maybe going and test riding some e-bikes and then reviewing them on the channel. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, just getting my opinions about them or whatever, I'd love to hear from you about that, whether that's of interest to you. And beyond that, just enjoy the video. There's some little bits and pieces, and just thank you so much for having an adventure with me. See what I mean about that brake? You can hear it. It's like yeah, I need to deal with that. I don't know what's going on. I literally think I just need new pads. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe my chain's a little tight still.
I find that sit over there better. Yeah, like more up.